Hello, this is Ian and Ben with DC Digital, and today we're going to be showcasing our new DC-10T inspection countdown timer. And what this is used for is it's going to be used in chemical factories in order to test the quality of chemicals. So in other words, going to manage how long inspectors can inspect the chemicals within each booth, and like they'll have it against a light booth and they're going to put it up against a dark booth to find the impurities in each one. So I have Ben right here, and he's going to explain how to set the countdown timer and how it is meant to function in the chemical factories.
Thank you, Ian. So this timer is used in pharmaceutical specifically, which requires FDA approval. And so this is to hard countermeasure the testing process of those pharmaceuticals. What we have is a timer here that has 3 different timers. One for the light process, one for the dark process, and then a separate timer to time the color match inspection or consistency inspection if necessary to the product. All 3 timers will use they will start either by the foot switch or by one of the photo eyes that are stationed above the light or dark backgrounds. So the photo eyes will be mounted above each of the backgrounds. Therefore, when the inspector places the solution below or in front of the white background, it'll trip the photo eye and start the timer. If it places it in front of the black background, it will trip the photo eye and start the timer. Or if they press the foot switch because they cannot use the booth or for whatever reason, they can press the foot switch. All 3 of them start the next cycle. They advance the timer through the various cycles. To program the timer, you hold down the -1 button and press the set button, and you'll see the LED indicating that it's in set mode. And then you can set these seconds. For the light process, we will go with 5 seconds. For the dark process, we will go with 5 seconds. For the color match process, we'll go ahead and set that to 7 seconds. Then there's an auto reset. This mode allows rejected parts to automatically be rejected and the timer be reset to the start position for the next sample. We'll set that to 8 seconds. And then the buzzer timer has anywhere from 1 to 5 seconds buzz, and we'll just go ahead and put that at 1 so you can hear it going off. Then you wait 10 seconds for that to know you're done setting it, and it'll go back to its start position, which is the first process. So then we hold our solution underneath the light background or press the foot switch, and it times out, rings, sets to time 2, we press the foot switch, hold it below the black background, it times out. Now we go to the color match, and it times out. And we have a good part, and we set it to the side. In this scenario where we have against the light background, we found some impurities and particulates, we reject that part, we're setting it aside, it hits that 7-minute countdown, and it'll automatically go back to timer 1 and ready for the next sample. We go through the light background, and now we're on the dark background, and we find some particulates in stage 2. Again, we set that aside, we make our log notes or whatever we do. It times out on that 8-second timer and goes back to position 1 rather than 3. If we silence the buzzer, we set the buzzer to 0, the buzzer will not sound. The indicator will always go green when it's counting down and red when it's not. So here when it gets to 0, it won't buzz, it'll hold it at that 0 value for a second and then go to the next one. And then we can click that. And we can go right into the third one if we want to. We don't have to wait that 1 second. Okay, if we set any particular value to 0, we'll go ahead and set 2 to 0 for no good reason. We're eliminating that part of the process. We only want the light and the color match. We'll go ahead and do the light test. And it'll automatically go to the third stage for us. It'll do the same for stage 1 or stage 3, whichever one is set to 0. If all three are set to 0, if everything is set to 0, it will display stage 1 without any time, and when you try to start it, you'll get a little beep. And that's indicating that nothing has been set, no timers have been set up. And so you'll just need to press your -1 and hold it down and press your set button and then set your times. And you need at least one time for it to work. And then you wait your 10 seconds. And when it goes back to timer 1, then you can start.
So again, this is Ian and Ben with DC Digital, demonstrating our DC-10T countdown pharmaceutical inspection timer. Thanks for watching.